Bulletin. This just in. Lawrence Taylor has said that it's great to have Tiki Barber back in the NFL. Say what?
1, 2. Check me out right here, yo. In the commission, you ask for permission to hit him. He don't like me, him and wild wifey was with him. You heard of us, the murderous, most shady. Been on the low lately, the feds hate me. Opposition, competition of the day in the life of the commission. Yeah.
Mic check. What's kicking, family? I'm glad you've clicked in so I can check in with you. This is Mr. Batcher and you there. What's going on, family? That's right. I read a news report this morning out of the New York Post about Lawrence Taylor, LT, saying that it would be great to have Tiki Barber back in the NFL. He goes on to say something like 20 years ago when he left, he wanted to come back, but he had let himself go, went out of shape. Over the last several years that he has seen Tiki, he said Tiki seemed to be in great shape. And as you know now, he is most likely training real hard to get back in game shape. For whatever reason that he wants to come back, I am not one to, get into that, whether it's financial or whether it's personally with the family and stuff like that. That's him. I'm just thinking football. As a football player, man, outstanding. He ran for 2 and change in the Meadowlands that day, and that was outstanding. That was a great game he had that day. He had a fumbling problem, then Coughlin fixed that, and then he went on to, he became, one of the greatest Giant running backs in Giant history, with all the numbers that he has piled up. But as you know, Tiki's going to turn 36 soon. The last time he played was in 2006. And Lawrence says to the effect that Tiki would be much better than an unknown third-round pick. And, well, coming out the box, maybe not. You never know. You might be able to catch lightning in a bottle. So that's what I got to say about that. I was like, wow, LT, you said that? And as you know, the Giants will rescind any rights, They will not hold any rights to Tiki Barber once the new CBA has been resolved and they have a new one. He'll be able to go to wherever and whomever he'd like to go to. And I don't know, will he wind up at the Buccaneers or the Raiders? Let's see how that unfolds and how that rolls out. Now what I want to get into is the NFL. Right now, the owners are having their annual meeting in New Orleans. Yes, the annual meeting for the owners is in New Orleans. Now, the competition committee is putting a few things together, and what they're looking to do is they're looking to step up the suspensions on the hits for defenseless players, and I think do that. Train these guys to form tackle correctly. As you guys know, those who played and those who teach the youth football, you guys know that you teach them form tackle. See what you're hitting and drive through with your shoulder pads and drive that ball player or whoever it is got the ball to the ground. You remember several years ago when ESPN used to have that segment. He got jacked up. Yo, those were some vicious, monstrous, some hits. They had to cut that out. It's all about that PlayStation, ESPN mentality that these ball players have. And look, Harrison, he was crying, he was bitching, he was moaning. Look, if you do form tackle, you'll still be able to put a crunching blow on these guys and take them out. Look at some of the hits that Lawrence Taylor LT put on during his tenure in the league. Now, I'm all for that. Now, the owners are also proposing a change in the kickoffs. They want to move it up to the 35-yard line from the 30, They want to get more touchbacks. That's going to slow down the hits because the wedge blocking with two blockers locks arms on kickoffs is going to be banned by the owners. You heard that, owners. And that's from my man Catalog, a.k.a. McNabb. He left me a message the other day saying that the owners take all the risks. And I sent him a message. I sent a reply back saying the owners take all the risks as far as the stadiums and yada, yada, yada. The players take the other risks on the field. So this right here is the owners trying to make sure that they got a good product. And on the other hand, the players should understand that this would help their longevity, and they won't be, in their latter years, in 35, 45, walking around with dementia. So let's get back to some more of the stuff what the owners are doing. And it's not a bad idea. 35-yard line, kickoffs would be in touchbacks, and, that'll slow down the collisions. Because what they cite is that game in the Meadowlands, Lions versus the Giants, when Zach Follett, he took a hit, and that was pretty scary then. That was pretty scary. So I'm all for minimizing that kind of stuff. It's still a violent sport. I don't think that some of these changes will make it like, it's flag football. But my thing is if you do form tackling, you should be able to produce the same result. Stop the person with the ball. That's key. Don't worry about trying to make that highlight tape on ESPN, or if they can plug you into the game on Madden or one of them other offshoot type joints. And also, what they're talking about with the touchbacks, they also say if they move it up to the 35 and they get touchbacks, what they also want to do is that on the touchback you'll get the ball at the 25 instead of the 20. Okay, they got to make a couple of compromises, and that's pretty cool. I like that idea. I like that idea. I know some of y'all might not like it. Y'all might want to see some action on the kickoffs and stuff like that. But hey, keep the act. It'll still be action. Kickoff, touchback, boom. Next thing you know, you got the play from scrimmage, and we can rock and roll from there. Now, the NFL VP of Football Operations said a few unnamed teams propose dropping kickoffs altogether. I don't know who them guys are. I don't know. What are they looking for? You got to have kickoffs. You got to have kickoffs. How are we going to just start the game, guys, just come out and line up? If they was to do that, it'd be kind of hard for me to follow the game like that. Also, what they're looking at to do is, in this meeting, they're looking to look into having all scoring plays subject to booth reviews. What do you guys think about that? I think so. Why not? Scoring plays. They said scoring plays. Scoring. Whether, it's up for review. Whether he got it in, whether it's anything having to do with the score, and it could become controversial. Look at it quickly. And my suggestion for that is, do it quick. Have the dudes in the booth, have the replay people look at the stuff out the box instead of having the referee go up underneath the hood and then, start taking 2 minutes. If you're going to do this booth review stuff, give them the opportunity to look at it right away. So when, it comes time for that booth review, they'll go, okay, this is what happened. This is the decision, real quick. I mean, the ref can go up underneath the hood, but the guys already upstairs in the skybox have already made that decision and already seen it 6 or 7 times and sent down their recommendation. Now, on the last thing that they're looking at to do while they're down there in New Orleans in the owners' meeting is the overtime rules are going to stay the same in the playoffs. They have yet to see how it looks in the playoffs because there was no overtime in last year's playoffs. So they really want to see what it looks like in action before they can even think about implementing it during the regular season. I think that's a good idea. Let's see how it works out, how it looks in actual game action, and then we'll institute it for the whole season. So I think that's a pretty good thing. And on that note, I look at it as the owners protecting their product, making sure that they have a smooth flowing game, making sure that it doesn't turn into a pansy waist flag football, because I'm an advocate of form tackling. Don't lead with the crown of your hat, all right? And the players should look at it as some way of some sort of health protection that would, I know it's a violent sport. There's going to be collisions all over the place, and that's what I live for. But for the health and the safety of these ball players going forward, so that they don't wind up like Mr. Duerson, who committed suicide and left a note saying that have his brain donated so that they could take a look at that situation. Players' health and safety. Let's get it to that. And then they can fight about the money later. But that's the owners taking a step forward to protecting their product. And hopefully the players will see that that's a way of protecting their longevity. So leave a message. This is Mr. Batch. I'm out of here like I stole something. Peace.